guys, it's Megan. We are up close and personal today because I'm doing a get ready with me, and I'm going to do the look I was wearing in my Saturday 7 yesterday. This is probably going to go up later this week just so I have like some content to share with you guys, but I'm filming it on Sunday, and I don't know, I really like the look. I got a request to do a tutorial on the eye look specifically, but I really like the look in general, so I'm gonna do like eyes, lips, the whole shebang. So, starting with priming, I always use my Urban Decay Eden Primer Potion first. I love this stuff. Like, I didn't think I would love it any more than the original, but I love how it's a cream color and it can really like brighten up the eye area. So I really do love this. If you're like in a pinch in the morning, like for work or school, and you don't really have time to like actually do makeup, but you want like to look more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, get something like this and like put it all around your eye area, like on the lid and then under, like I'm doing. I squeezed out a little too much, so that's why I am putting so much on, but it really just brightens up that area. It's amazing the difference that it makes. So this is awesome if you want something to really brighten up your eyes, and you could really just put on mascara and go if you were like super in a rush and you had no time to do anything else, because it really just brightens up everything. We're joined by our cicada friends, and also we are having a contractor here doing, we're getting these awesome cabinets right off of our kitchen, and so he's been working all this morning and he's still here, so if you hear like drilling or any loud noises, that's why. Okay, then my next primer step is my face. And of course I'm using my Rachel K CC cream. This is in my Project Pan, and I just love it. It's really good. It has an SPF with it, and I don't know, I just really like it. But the SPF probably is like expired. I've had it for over a year, but in my daytime moisturizer I use one that has SPF, so. And I'm not really outside that much anyhow. So yeah, so I am all primed and ready to put on everything else on my face. So I always start with my eyes, and the reason why I do that is because if anything like falls down onto my face, then I don't have to worry about having to fix my foundation, and I don't know, it just seems easier to me to just do my eyes first. So I'm starting with my Mally Twilight EverColor Shadow Stick. And this thing is awesome. I really love this. You don't need to use a cream shadow unless you have to, because this really doesn't affect the look. But for me, I need to use it to help the longevity, if I could speak, of my eyeshadow. And it does give a little bit of depth to the shadows we'll put on top, but it really doesn't make much of a difference. So if you don't need to do this step, you definitely don't have to. But it's just one I have to do, and for the heck of it, let's just bring it down on the lower lash line. Okay, then I worked out of the Sonia Kashuk Ion Neutral No. 2, which is the matte palette. This is what I used yesterday. This is a wonderful, wonderful investment if you want to try out matte shadows, but you aren't really sure if you'll like them or what tones you like. This is awesome to have all the colors you could ever need in one palette. It's really, really awesome. So what I did is I took this middle skin tone shade. This is probably like one of my favorite colors from this palette. And I just put this all over my entire eye area. So all over where I put the cream shadow and all the way up to the brow. And this just like mutes down the Mally cream shadow, but like you can still see the Mally shadow. So like I said, it gives a little bit of depth to put on a cream shadow first. Then what I did, so I'm using, sorry, this is the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. This is awesome. This is in the Sam's Picks brush set from Real Techniques, and I can't wait to get NYX Picks, which comes out in October or November. Then I took this shade down here, which is a purpley brown, and I'm using the Louise Young LY38 brush. This is awesome, and I'm just getting it on the tip. So I'm just lightly swirling it in the tip and tapping it off. Then, with my eyes relaxed, this is especially important for people with hooded eyes. I think I have hooded eyes. I'm not really sure exactly, but I just don't have a lot of space. So with this brush is so amazing. What you do is you just put it right where you want it and then like do windshield wipers back and forth. I went all the way like through that crease area. So all the way from the outer, which is where I'm focusing the brush, but all the way in as well, as I wanted sort of a cut crease look. So I just did that, and as you can see, there's definitely some definition there now. So same thing on the other eye, just placing it in that crease, focusing the product mostly on the outer part, but then going all the way in. And if you don't have a crease, you can just put it wherever you want the crease to be. With this brush, it's amazing because the tip of the brush gets that product, but then all of the other bristles blend it out and diffuse it. These are amazing brushes. They are an investment to purchase them, but Louise Young just does a really great crease brush, and I want to get the other smaller ones, but I am waiting a little bit to do that. But I'm going to do a whole video on makeup brushes. I'm going to do a new series, I think, called Beauty Investments, and just talk about different things and have different videos for stuff. But one video I want to do is for makeup brushes. Okay, so now we have a little bit of definition, but I wanted more. So I went back in the same color, same technique, and then focusing it again on the edge and going in. And you can use whatever color you want. It's basically just like the technique and this brush that really does the work. Because you want to keep like the lid light and then have sort of a distinct line for the crease. So just swirling it on the very tip of the brush, tapping it off, and going in that crease. And seriously, this brush does all the work. So honestly, that's pretty much all I did for the eyes. It just looks really nice, I think. It's a very pretty look, and you could obviously like make it more dramatic depending on what colors you use, but then I also went in with the white, and I just put it at my brow, down towards my inner corner. Usually I don't do much of a brow highlight, but I don't know, I just did it yesterday. And then if you want, you can just go over it with a blending brush right on that edge to make sure the highlight and that crease color like fade into one another and don't just look like one stopped and then there's a line and the other one starts. So that is it for the eyeshadow. Very easy look, but I think it's really pretty. You could use any colors you want. This palette is just seriously awesome stuff. Then I was trying out the Jessie's Girl eyeliner for the first time, and I loved it. Today, I'll see what mood I'm in, but I did a really thin line yesterday and I liked it, but I might want a bit of a thicker line. But with such a like bold lip, I think it's nice to have like just more neutral eyes. So this I'm really loving so far. I gave one to Caitlin as well last night, and I'll let you know how she gets on with it because she says that she struggles with eyeliner, so I thought that this type of pen like eyeliner would be great. It just seems so easy. So I'm just going to do a thin line. I think that's what I've decided, and I'll show you how easy this pen is to work with. Okay, so I messed up a little bit, but that was really just me, not the liner. And it does have like a spring like action to it, so I kind of got it all over me. But I think that it's really easy to work with. I did kind of a bigger wing than I anticipated just because I kind of messed up. But yeah, I think it's really, really easy to work with. Okay, so what I did for my tight line was I used the Stila Smudgestick Waterproof Eyeliner in Stingray. And I just finished up my NARS Via Veneto, so I wanted a new black, and I had this in my collection, and I think this is good stuff for at least the tight line. So I just rolled it up a little bit. It's just a black, and I want to get it really like up there and in between those lashes, just in case I missed any spots. And this really helps like just define your upper lashes. And with this liner, I didn't notice that it transferred as much as others down onto my lower waterline. So we'll see if I have the same experience today. Last night I finished Revenge Season 3, and it's getting a little soap opera-y, like not like it wasn't before, but they just went a little bit off the deep end with the finale of that. Let me know what you guys think if you've seen up to the end of Season 3. Okay, now I'm going to move on to my base. So I have my Rachel K on, then I'm going to mix a few things together. I have my L'Oreal True Match Lumi in N1-2, which I had to pull this out because the pump wasn't working anymore. So I'm going to get a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And then I'm also probably going to mix in a bit of the Stila Bronzing Beauty Balm and some of the Dr. Jart Waterfuse. So I'm going to mix all those and put them on my face. I never really put foundation on my forehead. Like, I just use the residue from the rest of my face on my forehead because I feel like if I put too much there, it always ends up like looking cakey and like just plain bad. So I just use like whatever's on my hands or my brush at the very end of when I'm blending everything. Same with like around my nose. I try not to put too much. I try to really shear it out and just make it like a thin layer, because that always ends up just collecting around my nostrils. So I try not to put too much in those areas, just from like personal experience, knowing that it doesn't always look that great. And I'm using the Sonia Kashuk, let's see, number 4 brush. And I really, really love this brush. Now I'm going to take the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Brightening Eye Perfector in Fair. I'm in love with this. It's seriously so good. It's great for like brightening the under eye, but giving it a little bit of like coverage, a little bit. So don't expect this to really cover any super dark circles under your eyes, but it's exactly what I've been looking for, so I'm super happy with it. And it also helps if you want to like crisp up that edge right at like where you blend it and stuff, because I tend to, for some reason, on this eye, I always like blend down too far. Maybe it's like the shape of my eye, but putting a little bit of concealer like right up there sort of like erases it and really helps. And I just love the texture of this concealer. It's thin, but like I think makes a difference when I put it under my eyes. And I'm blending it in with the Real Technique setting brush, which is perfect in my opinion for this. Then I'm going to set it with my Bare Minerals Touch Up Veil, which I have loose now in the e.l.f. HD container. Don't really recommend this powder, but one I'm trying to use up. So I'm just going to put this all over my face and set everything. I'm going to move on to bronzer now, and I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in Fair to Light as usual. And yesterday I used two bronzers. I used this, but then I also layered the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I don't know. Maybe I will. But use a different bronzer. I like using two different bronzers with this type of look because it still is summer, so I want like an all-over glow that this bronzer gives me, but then to have the deeper bronzer like as more of a contour, I think it looks nice. So then I'm also bringing it down my neck so my face matches my neck better. And I'll use the Tarte Park Avenue Princess for this. I'm just going to take this Tokidoki angled blush brush and get it on this tip, the tip that goes up farther, and just what I do is I look ahead and see where the shadow naturally is. So mine is right here, and I just go in that area and like blend it in to make it more of a deeper contour and recess that area to make it look like my cheekbones are more precise than they are. So I really like this brush because you can get like sort of a line, but then you can blend. So now my face is a little more sculpted, and speaking of that, MAC on September 29th, the Rocky Horror Picture Show collection launches online. I'm super excited about it. And the one thing I really want is the Emphasize and Sculpt Powder. Is that what it's called? It's like half bronzer, half highlight. I really want to get that. And then yesterday I used MAC Tenderling blush just on the apples of my cheeks, just to give it kind of blends everything together, but then it has a touch of rosiness, if you can tell. So it gives a little bit of a flush, but is still like pretty neutral like the bronzer is. Now, brows. Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil. I love it. It's so good. And this spoolie is wonderful because it's really nice and stiff. So not only does it like comb your brows into the shape you want, but then when you want to blend the pencil, even though this pencil is like really like stiff, since the spoolie is also stiff, it actually blends it. And today, Sunday, starts the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty deals, or whatever they call it. And I think it's September 24th. They have the Anastasia tinted brow gels on sale for half off, so it would make it $11. And I have wanted to try the brow gels, but I don't know, I just haven't wanted to spend that much money on it, so $11 is a lot better for me to try something that I'm not sure if I'll like than $22 is. So I'm probably gonna try that out if I can get to Ulta that day. But I just really enjoyed every brow product I've tried from Anastasia, so. And is it Anastasia or Anastasia? Because it makes me feel pretentious to say Anastasia, but if that's actually how it's pronounced, I would like to know. So if anyone knows, please tell me, because I don't want to sound rude and like say her name wrong. So just let me know if you know. So I love it. I think that it's a perfect color, really easy to work with. Thumbs up for me. Mascara, Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. I love this mascara. And it is getting a little bit drier. So I'm glad that this is in my project pan, so I get like all of the use out of it that Natasha spent her money on for me to have this, because this is an expensive product and it is a wonderful product. So I've used it every single day because it's wonderful, and I want to make sure that her money's worth gets like every cent out of it. So I'm just going to pack loads of this on, of course, and especially with liner, I try to really put tons of mascara, like more than normal, which I already put a lot of mascara on, but you know, I just love me some mascara. So now the last step is lips, and I have a little bit of lip balm on, so I'm just gonna blot and make sure that that's like, it's harder for lipsticks to stay on more of like a balmy glossy lip than it is on like a dry lip. So I have all of these products out here. Yesterday I did a combination of the Sephora Matte number 9 Manic Matte lipstick, the Wet n Wild 908C lipstick, and the 918D. I used all of these, but I also did a lip with the Manic Matte and this Sephora number 20, like more shiny red. And then I also have these lip tars from OCC in Black Dahlia and Not Safe for Work. So I think I'm going to do the 2 Sephora lipsticks. I might use the OCC, I don't know. I really like how the matte lipsticks look together. So this is the Manic Matte lipstick in number 9. And I like that it's small, so it's easier to maneuver. And definitely with red or dark colors, you want to be up close with them. So I'm just going to put this all over my lips. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's really a deep red. Okay, and then I love this color on its own, but I think it looks, oh gosh, it's like not, there we go. It wasn't swerving down. But I think it's really pretty with a little bit of a different color to just sort of make it more dimensional. So I'm going to use the Sephora. It just says number 20. It doesn't have like a type of lipstick, but it's more of a true red, and this is more of a purpley red. So I'm just going to put this like in the middle of more of the inner part of my lip. And that just like accentuates the middle of the lip a little bit more. And as you can see, it always gets on my teeth, so definitely blot. That's a really good trick. Or do the like this, and it gets lipstick off, but then it gets on your finger, so it's, I don't know. Always love getting lipstick on my teeth. I had lipstick on my teeth like all yesterday. When my sister and I went to church, like, she kept warning me, you have lipstick on your teeth, like, come on, get your act together. So this is the look, you guys. I really love it. I think that it's super, like, a classic look, very, like, I don't know, it reminds me of, like, Marilyn Monroe a little bit. Of course, red lips always make me think of her, but I really like that it's a deep lip, but then it has a little bit of dimension, and I love the matte eye. I don't know, I just really love it. And like neutral cheeks is something I really, really like in the fall and winter. So this is basically like an I'm excited for fall look. I hope that you guys enjoy this. I really have liked doing more get ready with me's. I know I haven't done a lot, but just that I did the Kylie Jenner one, and then now this one, and I really like doing these videos for you guys because it's like we're hanging out and getting ready at the same time. I just really love that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. For those of you who wanted to see this look, I hope that this was helpful in any way. And of course, like I try to always say, you don't need these specific products, but just the techniques or like the different shades if you want to like emulate that. If you found any of this interesting, I hope that you did. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye!